Wherever you go, whatever you do, he will be right here yelling at you. Adam Carolla.
Yeah, get it on. Got to get it on. No choice but get a mandate. You get it on. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for telling a friend. We love that about you. Yeah, Richard Marks, cool guy. Comes in, talks music. We'll get into that. ELISHA KRAUSS has the news. She's such a pro.
I feel like, is it endearing that you haven't yelled at me, or am I not like an official member of the team because you haven't yelled at me yet?
I don't do a lot of yelling at people. I do a lot of telling people the same thing over and over again, which bothers the hell out of me. But I just realize it's kind of the new world order, is to tell people the same thing over and over and over again. But which would account for like 40% of my adult life. You
Not
know?
half? I feel like it's like
close to half. Close to my half is having conversations with people about stuff that's been discussed quite a few times beforehand. But that seems to be the new world order.
And since you don't have to repeat things to me, we're okay.
Yeah, well, also, I appreciate you.
Oh, thanks. That's so nice.
You're a pro.
I'm going to be grateful for that on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
When they're like, what are you grateful for? I'm going to say that Adam Carolla appreciates me.
I like people who do their job well.
Oh, hey.
And that's you.
I'm sending this to my agent. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you do a good job. You do a job and you do it well, ELISHA KRAUSS.
Thank you very much, kind
By the way,
sir.
weekly op-ed at the Washington Examiner.
Yeah, this week I'm going to be talking about how teachers' unions and J.D. Pritzker don't care about your children. Surprise, surprise.
Well, what they care about is, I mean, this is an epidemic problem, but they get paid by the teachers' unions and they get put into office by the teachers' unions. And I don't know if you guys think this is as big a problem as I think it is, but I have two kids 5 years ago, and they're going to high school. And then they're told, you can't go to high school anymore because we're closing the high school. And then I go, who closed the high school? And they go, the governor closed the high school. And then I go, why don't we reopen the high school? And then the teachers' unions who pay the governor and contribute to the governor say, because we said no.
Yep.
I don't like that form of society. Yeah. I would like a society where you took no money from the teachers' unions. I don't know why the teachers' unions are allowed to give you money, because then you do their bidding, which is what happened in Chicago. And it's even the CDC, Rochelle Walensky got totally corrupted by the teachers' unions. So I don't want the officials that are making decisions to be corrupted by a group of people who don't feel like going back to work.
Son,
that's just me.
You were talking to the gal that was homeschooled all 12 years and dropped out of college. So I'm no fan of teachers' unions either.
And they're all the worst people. And
they really are.
Every single one that's doing the Charlie Kirk neck dance turns out to be a teacher the next 2 days later. You find out she teaches elementary in Illinois somewhere. So not heroes, mostly cowards, and I'm done. And if you weren't in a union, I'd be fine with it. But you are. They love unions. They get controlled and put in office by unions, and then they become beholden to the union.
Yep.
So
and
I don't
what
like
really
it.
sucks about it is that it's our tax dollars paying for that union that then just chooses to elect Democrats, too.
Yes.
Anywho.
Who will do what they want them to do.
Anywho.
Yes.
Do you like to play chess?
And meanwhile, it hurts the kids, but that's not what they care about.
No.
That's what they talk. No. They talk. You know who talks about the kids the most? Nancy Pelosi. She does everything for the children. When she's not eating Haagen-Dazs in front of a double-wide refrigerator, she's worried about the kids.
Or calling Trump vile.
Or gaming the stock market. She's worried about the kids.
$16.5 million.
Worried?
That's what she allegedly made because of stock options that she made while in Congress.
She's worried about the children, though.
Uh-huh. She should give them that $16.5 million.
Yes, I don't play chess. I don't speak a second language, and I do not play an instrument.
Oh, interesting.
All stuff that I've deemed me
unfit.
I don't have the skill set for it.
I agree.
Or the patience.
I understand.
Or the something. I know I can build a house because I that's doing something. But
and that takes
sitting and studying, I can't do it. Yeah, no, it takes a
You're
certain
an active
kind
learner.
I'm an active learner.
Well, I bet you could play chess better than Kamala. Because we have this really funny video. I don't even want to like lead into it. I just feel like you just need to observe and be in awe of the level of I don't know, just unawareness.
Yeah.
Okay, we just got to play the video.
But to be fair to her, can I say this? There is a trap. There's a trap where it's like you surround yourself with black women and all they do is nod. Everything that comes out of your mouth, they go, oh, yeah.
I think that's
no.
everybody
right.
in leftist
oh,
media.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But you don't realize someone is filming it. And then it comes out later and you look like an asshole. Well, here's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say I just went in a room with a bunch of wild racists. And I was like, man, they shouldn't let these Asians drive. And everyone's like, yeah, And I don't know, was the Holocaust, did that really happen? And they're like, you go, Adam, you go. And I was like feeling good about myself, but someone was filming it. And then later on, they put it on the internet, and then I look like an asshole.
Yes.
Don't get used to the people in the room.
Oh, you got to think of the larger audience.
She surrounds herself with softball, like-minded cows who nod their head at everything she says, and she goes, right? Really what you need is to get my friends or my family around you going, I don't know about that. I don't know.
Or
Be careful where you go there.
What about even registered Democrats that maybe voted for Biden and then didn't vote for her?
Right, right. Like
you know what
somebody
I mean?
to stop you on your verbal retarded roll. Okay, so listen to her talk about nothing and then listen. But it's
she says something, but that something is a straight up lie. As
right,
you're about to
and then
see.
it's just people around her going, oh, yeah, yeah.
Was aware of my opponent's strategies.
And
I wasn't about to fall prey.
Yeah, I'm doing my black woman voice.
Or fall into those traps. And part of his strategy and those around him was to try and take me off our game and message. And I wasn't about to be distracted by those flames that he was trying to throw to get me away from my highest priority, which is talking to people about the economy and their well-being in terms of their financial well-being. And so I understood the game that was being played, and I made a decision that I wasn't going to get played.
Oh, yeah. Do it in the voice. Yeah. Go. Keep saying retarded shit. Indian lady. Here we go.
Yeah. Three-dimensional chess. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
She was playing three-dimensional chess.
Right.
And she clearly lost.
But
she's bragging about it.
She should have been playing Stratego because she had no strategy. Stratego! All right. So here's a weird thing. I got a lot of thoughts.
Oh, there's a lot of thoughts to have just from that 150-second clip.
You may not feel comfortable with all of them.
Oh, God. You know me well.
Yeah, I know you well.
Yep. Just could we limit the level of the B word? And I don't mean black. I mean the other B word.
Now listen to me.
Yes, sir.
First off, if you watch this tape, let's just say, Dawson, let's just say you went into a coma a year ago and you woke today and I showed you this. You go, when did they film this? I go, 2 days ago. You go, oh my God, she's the president. Kamala's the president. Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God, she won. She won. And I'd go, no. She didn't win. She didn't win. And then Dawson, you'd go, wait a minute. When did she tape this? A year ago? No. She taped this on Monday. Well, no, she's saying she won. She's saying she beat him with strategery. And he'd be like, no. She's that nuts that she's talking like she won, but she didn't win. This is like a football coach in a post-game presser up there going, listen, we knew they were going to try the onside kick to start the second half, but we were ready for them. Coach, you lost 42-9. We were on to their Statue of Liberty and their throwback and their hook and lateral. We were on to all of it. Yeah, but Coach, you lost. So she's saying she was on to him, and then they were cheering her on, but she lost, which is delusional. Now, here's an interesting thing.
I don't disagree. I'm not uncomfortable with this so far.
Not yet. You're going to get uncomfortable.
Brace myself.
That's going to come. All right. The thing that's funny, and I don't want to make this up, but she's been on this book tour for like 6 weeks or something.
Oh, it's been a solid 6 weeks, for sure.
Maybe more.
She's got to lead up to the Black Friday sale. Christmas gifts for all the radical leftists in your life.
Keep that B word out of your mouth. So she's been out on this tour, right? And here's a phenomenon. When she first went out, she talked about the election and, 107 days, and it wasn't really enough time to get her message across. And she kind of talked about Joe Biden and sort of basically starting in a hole. You know what I mean? She had disadvantages. She had to try to climb her way out of the hole.
Wasn't her fault.
Wasn't her fault. Wasn't enough time.
Yeah.
That was a month and a half ago. She's now talking like she won, right? She's evolved to, according to my calculations, 121 days from now, she's going to think she won the election. She's going on a trajectory that started with, hey, man, it was stacked against me. I was left this deficit. I did the best I could, but I only had enough time.
I wish
and
I had more
became a little
time,
short.
yada,
Right.
yada.
Now she's talking, I figured out what they did, and I threw it right back in their face. Now she's talking about winning. Or it sounds like she won.
It's
If you watch.
delusional. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so what is going on? All right. There is a thing that goes on that I've been yelling about for a million years, which is the sort of procedural people, the people. I have said, I've studied women for years, and I have said that when a woman, like if you say, not you, you're homeschooled, but any woman I've been with where I'd go, hey, the cable's out. Can you call the cable guy and get him to restore the cable, right? And then I go out of town, and then I come back 5 days later, and the cable's still off, right? And then
I have that shit dealt with in like 5 minutes.
Homeschool. Then when I say to my woman, hey, the cable's still out, I thought I told you to see about fixing the cable. They say, defiantly, I called the cable guy. And then I go, what'd he say? He didn't pick up. And I go, when was that? And I go, 4 days ago. And I go, all right, we don't have any cable. But I always studied it because I realized to them, it sort of felt like something. Now, we didn't have cable.
Like I did a thing.
I did the
right thing I was supposed to do.
It's satiating. You know where I'll see it a lot?
Yeah.
Women, as it pertains to working out. They go, has that hotel got a good gym? And I'll go, I don't know. I'm going to hit the gym before we go out tonight. I go, yeah, go ahead. Then at some point, it turns into the next day, and they go, I'm going to hit the gym before we head home. I go, yeah, go ahead and hit the gym. And then I realize after 3 days, no gym appearance, but enough gym talk to feel like I got a little. Now, it's not that they feel like they worked out. They just feel like it was talked about enough.
And if you talk about it, you're solving the problem, maybe, even if you're not actually solving the problem.
There's a little bit of a satiation, right? So if you go, look, I'm going to go straight to the room, and I'm going to raid the mini fridge, and I'm just going to eat Toblerone and
skip the gym.
and mini vodkas. Then you're going to sit there in your own.
Sounds like a fun night.
I know.
Toblerone and mini vodka?
But you're going to sit there in your own shame.
Yeah.
If there's enough gym planning, but it doesn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
You feel.
And you just happen to slam the mini vodka?
I don't know, but there's an, look.
Yes.
You feel a little. I mean, look, we've all.
It's kind of like how people do the online shopping thing, even though they have credit card debt and their paycheck hasn't hit yet. Right? It's that.
Well, look, we've all
like,
done a version. There's somebody who's sick in my life who was in the hospital, and I found out, and I talked to another person. I'll leave the details out, but I said I'd like to go visit the guy.
Yeah.
And they went, okay, he's over at UCLA, and it's a thing, and here are the hours and stuff like that. And I was just sitting there. And I was looking at my schedule, and I was like, God, I'm going to Boston. I'm going to Buffalo. I'm just, my schedule's just packed, you know? So like, when am I going to get to that? I got to get over to UCLA. I got to get the pass. I got to get up there. And literally 12 hours later, as I was sort of working it out, I got a text that said, you know what? He really shouldn't have visitors. The doctors are worried about germs and this, that. It's just immediate family, whatever. And I thought to myself, well, I'm glad I was on record as wanting to go visit.
It's
didn't
the thought
visit.
That counts.
It's like I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I never did it. And I feel a certain amount of shame about it. I never did. But it was like the following morning, I got a thing that said, don't do it.
Yes.
And so now I get to go, well, okay, I'm on record. Or I tried. Or something. I feel satiated. Now, I never saw him. I just, but that's what was on a text.
Yep.
Right? So now, if I wrote a text going, I'm going to stay home and eat Toblerone and drink many bottles of vodka, I'm not going anywhere, then I would feel bad. Right?
Yeah.
So there's like a satiation thing.
But she has people around her, like Kamala in this scenario.
I'm just saying dudes don't have it.
You don't think so?
No, dudes are like, I want cable. And it's like, I called the guy and we still have no cable. Good, now we're assholes.
I think dudes totally have it. If
do.
dudes didn't have it, well, I think it's human nature. I understand what you're saying about women, and it could be with different things. But I think if dudes didn't have it, then we'd have a heck of a lot more billionaires out there. We'd have more entrepreneurs. We'd have more maybe cures for cancer. If like just humans naturally were like, I'm going to do this thing and not just talk about doing the thing, but actually doing the thing.
Well, I don't know exactly what you're saying, but I'm saying as it pertains to feeling satiated because you called the cable guy, but no one ever picked up.
Yeah.
Guys just get frustrated by that.
Like a to-do list.
And don't feel like they can check it off that list.
Yeah.
And feel stupid because now they feel like they wasted time and they still
so
don't
what you're
have
really saying is
cable.
everyone should be homeschooled by a Navy brat and an Eagle
Yes,
Scout.
yes, because there's
Like
a certain amount.
Because then you get
There's a satiation. And so when all the ladies from LA City Council get together and talk about raising the poor and treating people with dignity and giving people a hand up but not a hand out
and
all
increasing
kinds of
our sanitation
and then
costs.
they go, now we're going to Chipotle, and they all break and they go home and nothing happens. But they feel like something. We had a meeting. We did discuss it, but nothing happened. That's what I'm saying. You can watch Kamala, who's the word, she's the word salad.
It's
Kamala.
Kamala.
You can watch Kamala, the word salad queen, using her salad to talk herself into something that didn't happen. Now, somehow, she beat Trump on paper or has a moral victory or
she
something.
She played the strategy. She strategized.
Right, but you can see where she's going. There's no such thing as a dude just talking about woulda, coulda, shoulda. He's just going, fuck it, I lost. I'll run next time. She's talking like she won.
I think that though there are liberals out there, men and women, that do the same thing. Like Pete Buttigieg thinks that he was like the greatest transportation secretary ever.
No, there are plenty of deep leg crossers, deep leg crossing men who think like chicks and do this. Yes, 100%. There are plenty of dudes. Gavin Newsom does it.
Yep.
It's all the pablum talk. It's the opposite of Trump. Trump's like, hurry, hurry, hurry. What's going on? Let's cut a deal. I don't want any of this. This is slow down. Let's sit down. Let's sit a seat at the table.
Remember all the good things I did? And it's like, well, what happened in Palestine, Ohio, man?
Right.
But he's planning on running in 2028.
Buttigieg. Oh, good luck. Yeah. Maybe
she said some funny stuff about him on the book tour too early.
Buttigieg?
Yeah, she pretty much said like she didn't pick him because he was white and gay.
Well, they do have
Could you imagine Donald Trump saying that? How much coverage it would get in the news?
They have a problem with gay dudes in that side of the aisle.
They have a problem with white dudes, I think.
White dudes and gay dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no one wants to vote for gay dudes on their side of the aisle. But also he's incompetent. So we got that going. He's the guy who let you know about racist bridges. So Pete Buttigieg. All right. So she's heading down a path where she's talking herself into a victory here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And then she will be the victorious endorser of whoever the Democratic nominee is in 2028.
But you understand what she's doing right here is not different than when she's asked, have you been to the border? And then she goes, we've been to the border? Everyone's been to the border. Have you been to the border? I've not been to the border. So you're not, hey, I've not been to Nova Scotia, but that doesn't mean I haven't been to the border. I don't even know what you're asking. She says, that's all part of the salad. Like, you are in charge of the border. You've never been to the border.
You call yourself the border czar.
Right. In your mind, somehow you've been to the border, but you've never been to the border. This is all part of the delusion of, I beat Trump using my strategic advantage, and I've taken care of the border, except for I didn't do either thing. And
it's rewriting history
in her brain. And then actually, the border, the thing that's craziest about the border clip, It's oftentimes people stick to a sort of narrative. I want the border clip, Andrew. And the reason I'm saying that is
It's a good one.
people usually pick out the big chunks, the meat and the potato of the clip, but there's often little morsels.
There's other things sprinkled in there.
Yes, there's little deeper things. And the craziest part about I've been to the border, I haven't been to the border, was the very end where she goes, I don't know what you're asking. It's like, okay, you're in charge of the border. What if I just made you in charge of Knott's Berry Farm? And then I said, have you been to Knott's Berry Farm? You wouldn't say, I don't know what you're asking. She said, I don't know what you're asking at the end, which is an insane thing to say because the sanest thing in the world is to ask if you've been to the border, if you're in charge of the border. Now, the beginning part is double talk and bullshit.
Yeah.
The second part makes her clinically insane. Here we go.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
I'm here in Guatemala today. At some point, we are going to the border. We've been to the border. So
you can pause it right there. We're going to the border. We've been to the border.
I'm in Guatemala right now. Like the hands.
Well, it's also just an insane thing to say. Like if you said to me, if you've ever been to Nova Scotia, and I'd go, we're going to Nova Scotia. We've been to Nova Scotia. That's an insane thing. Or I could say the Bunny Ranch in Laughlin. I'm going to I've been there.
Like, going to a Lakers game anytime soon?
I'm going to it. I've been there. Okay. Yeah, it's an insane thing to say about.
It's also
welding school. It'd be insane to say, if you're going to I'm going to. I've been to welding school.
I think it's also funny that she just throws out, "Well, I'm in Guatemala," as if that's supposed to be the border.
To be fair to her, she does not know. She's going to the access whatever's to figure out the systemic something or whatever. All right, but it's the end part that's the good part.
We are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making. Okay.
She doesn't understand the point that you're making when you're the border czar and someone's asking if you've physically been there.
And this was him doing this interview after she'd been criticized by Republican congresspeople for not going to the border. So it was in a conversation around all of that.
And also, it's pretty standard fare in that if there is a tornado, then you go to Kansas and you walk. It's what politicians do. No, you're not putting up a fence. You're not triaging any folks that are dehydrated from the walk or anything. You show up, you walk around, you take a couple of pictures, and you leave.
She could have or should have staged a picture like AOC did.
Yeah, go find some fencing.
And cry.
Grab a knee and weep for the kids in the cages like J-Lo. And then you dedicate your halftime show to it.
There you go. Except nobody saw that part.
The kids in the cages?
Yeah, didn't she end up having to toss it out?
I cut up a funny thing. I don't know if Dawson can find that. I watched her special or her
documentary, right?
Doc, yeah. And it was all talk about kids at the border. And then the halftime special came around and she just shook her ass the entire time and didn't say anything about the kids, which made me laugh. And we intercut it, and it was funny.
I think I've seen that one before. It is quite hilarious.
It shows kind of what a clown she is, or how insincere, or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what she is. She wants people to think she does this, but she shakes her ass for a living.
I think when it comes back to Kamala, I mean J-Lo, Kamala, anybody, right? That when they espouse these ideas or they say these things with such, I guess, passion, or like you think that like. What is happening with their spouses and their friends and their family around them that don't step in and be like, hey, so that was a little crazy that you said that you were playing 3D chess and that you out-strategized Trump and were able to avoid his, hits on you.
I don't know. I don't know that they're
maybe you should circle back to not having enough time or like all of the progressive causes you want to help.
I don't know that they can prevent it because she's just saying it.
They can't prevent it, but they can
But no, for me, I agree with what you're saying. If she had,
that's what a good friend would do.
Yes.
Right?
Look. Anybody should be like, look, you're the border czar. We're gonna fire up Air Force 2. We're gonna take you to the border. You're gonna walk around for 15 minutes.
Go to El Paso.
Get right back in the plane and go right back home.
Yep.
And then you can say, I've been to the border, because we're not going to put you out there in front of all the press and you've never been to the border, because they're going to ask, and then we're going to look like idiots. So I don't know why they didn't figure that out. Or they can just prep them and go, look, they're going to ask. So then you go, hey, I'll tell you what, I've never been to the border, but as soon as we're done with this interview, I am going to the border and I will report back on it. Not like be confused by it.
Or pivot, right? Pivot to my staff has, or I've been talking to these leaders, or I just, sometimes this happens with people on the right, by the way, too. Like, not just to pick on Kamala, because she is low-hanging fruit and easy to pick on. But
Buttigieg is low-hanging fruit. Go ahead. Trump didn't work. You know, that'd be a perfect thing for Trump to work into his Buttigieg thing and then do the thing where they go, "Will you call him fruit because he's..." No, I'm not. What do you mean? I didn't even think of that.
okay, that one got me. That was a good one.
Go ahead.
Is that they sometimes say things like, your job when you're a politician at that level is to just be prepped for this kind of stuff. Like, it is so easy. And maybe I think it's easy because I've been in communications and production and stuff for a really long time in conservative media. But sometimes I see people and I'm like, did you not like have an answer ready for this? Did you not prep ahead of time?
I'm with you. You can say this. You just go, look, I got a whole team and I got info and stats and I'm briefed. I don't need to physically go walk in the dirt. I can see how many people are coming across on a daily basis. I get briefed every morning about what's going on in the border.
And make the Republicans the bad guys because they don't care, something.
Right.
It's just right there. It's like with the Karen Bass fiasco of like being in Ghana, and then she gets asked by that reporter coming back from the airport, and it's like, you had an 11-hour flight and you couldn't come up with what you were going to say.
I'm going to tell you something else that might upset you.
So far, nothing's upset me.
Oh, really?
Maybe I'm not as genteel
Really?
as you think I am.
All right.
Okay.
There is a thing where white heterosexual male politicians sort of have to eat shit and apologize.
But the female ones don't?
If you're a protected species, like if you're
Black,
ethnic,
lesbian.
or all the above, then you never have people coming at you going, apologize. You become an endangered species, so they leave you alone, and you're not used to it. And so you get Lori Lightfoot up there, and they're like, you closed down all the salons. Why'd you get your hair cut? Because I like the way I look, and I can't do it myself. They don't go, you know what?
Sorry.
You know what?
Yep.
I'm telling you, the biggest douche on the planet, Gavin Newsom, when he got busted for French Laundry, he had to backpedal. Yep. He went, should have practiced what I preach, should have, this is on me.
Meanwhile,
I got to do better.
That's L.A. Burns.
Karen Bass doesn't give a fuck. She's like, fuck off, because I'm a protected species. They come up their whole career that way. That's why they're there. So they don't.
That's how they get to the crazy Kamala saying, I was so strategic. I was playing 3D chess.
Right.
And they actually believe it because they've just spent the last 20 years lying about everything.
London Breed.
And never saying sorry.
London Breed, the mayor of
Chicago?
Oakland.
Oh, no.
She was like, San Francisco. She went to a Tony concert when she locked everyone down, and they were like, why'd you go to a Tony concert? We told everyone to stay at home. She was, hey, the music hit me.
Yeah. I was moved by the spirit.
I was moved by the spirit of the music, and there's Tony who tours, and then there's Tony who can be found together on rare occasion, but Tony, not.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
So fuck off. But that's not really what politicians are supposed to go, you know what? I understand. Optically, it doesn't look good. I'm telling you, women of color, go fuck off.
But I do have to say, Trump does this. And I think that's why Republicans love him so much. That there's an element of he was unapologetic.
No, I know, but he...
what he had done and what he does and how he does it. And a lot of Republicans were like, oh, that's cool.
No, I agree, but there's a difference between getting caught with your hand in the cookie jar and have someone go, what about tariffs? You go, fuck you, I like tariffs.
You know, say, like caught with your hand in the prostitute.
Yeah, it's getting busted is what I'm talking about, not like any policy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I agree. He doesn't apologize either.
He's like, I don't apologize for being thrice married and saying the P word.
Oh, yeah. But I think there's a difference between if Trump, And he doesn't, and I agree. But there is a difference between you saying all salons are locked down and now I'm going to a salon.
Yes.
That versus something that you did in the past, you used this language, or you stepped outside your marriage, or you did whatever in the past, and or some policy thing we don't like. All right, do we have J-Lo? I cut this together. I deserve full credit for this.
Edited.
I
Produced
don't know
and
what
edited by-
year. This is the year of her halftime show, and they followed her around leading up to the halftime show. And I cut this together. Sorry.
The cages, the image of the cages for me, like I couldn't believe what I was watching. There's just certain things as a
Turn
human
it up
being
a
you
little,
don't do.
please. Just
What
thinking
is
about
my
the
message?
cage.
This is a dark subject matter, but if we can get the message across in a beautiful way, where it's soft and it can be received, then maybe more people get the message. I'm trying to give you
Just
something
shaking
with
her ass.
substance. Not just us out there shaking our fucking asses and fucking belly dancing. I want something real.
Just start shaking her ass.
This is about human rights. I'm facing the biggest crossroads of my life.
All right.
But to take out the cages and
No.
sacrifice what I believe in would
Which
be
is
like
shaking my
never
ass.
being there at all.
Ass. All right, so we're getting back to the word salad double talk, which is in their head,
I
they're
did the thing.
crusaders for children.
I did a thing because I talked about it on a documentary for 40 minutes.
But when the lights go on, shake that coolie, bitch. Yeah.
Damn
So
it,
she
that
acted
you-
like she did something. She did nothing. However many kids were in cages, there were there before and after her parents. She brought light to nothing. I like that they have to play. I just want to hear the top one more time because I like to have to play the sad music and then they show. I love it when CNN just finds like a 3-year-old crying and goes, "Look at this. Look."
You don't really love it when CNN just finds a 3-year-old
It's
crying.
funny. It's funny.
The cages.
Oh,
The image of the cages for me, like I couldn't believe what I was watching. There's just certain things as a human being you don't do. What is my message?
all right. Anyway. All right. She does nothing, but
No
but
accountability.
she acts like she does something, and that's the new world order.
She'll still be invited. It's like when she went to play for some fascist in the Middle East. You know, that was abusive to women, but he paid her like $500,000.
Did he keep
to-
kids in cages?
Probably.
Mm.
And some wives too. Who knows? Can't remember the exact nation, but she took like an undisclosed amount of money. And some people were like, wait, why are you going to play for this like oil sheik
Yeah.
that mistreats his own people?
Mm.
And she still fundraises for the DNC. So there's no accountability ever.
All right, let's do one more.
One more story. Stephen Colbert has now said the quiet part out loud. This is from our friends over at the Daily Wire. He admits that late night TV tells you how to think. We have a clip of this in a recent interview with GQ.
I'm curious what you feel like the great affirmative case is for a show like yours.
Why should shows like mine continue to exist, or like Kimmel or
Yes.
Jimmy or whatever?
And I said everyone plays a great affection, which is why I'm
I
saying
said, why? Oh, we're like your friend who, at the end of the day, paid attention to the news more than you did. And you're aware of it. You just didn't do the detail work that we did. And then we curate that back to you at the end of the day. But it's really more about how we feel about it, or I, as the person who like is the vehicle for that, how we felt about today. All those things that might have made you confused or angry or anxious or happy or surprised or something like that. I feel that way at the camera, or to the audience, really. I'm really performing for the audience, and the camera captures it.
He's a hero.
What
That's-
happened to just being funny?
Oh man, you got to get people vaccinated, man. So you got to put the humor out the window. Yeah, he's a pompous guy, and he's prickly, and people don't understand that about him.
But it's so interesting that he's like, well, you didn't have time, so I'm going to do it for you, and then I'm going to tell it through my lens. It's like, But then they also want to shut down conservative media or Joe Rogan or you or Ben Shapiro and others, right?
It's funny.
And it's like, but you guys essentially do the same thing. You've just always been honest about it.
He looks at himself as one of those meal prep services. Like, you work hard. You got a lot on your plate. You don't have time to make a home-cooked meal.
For as little as $10.99 a day.
Delivered to your door. New menu. Menu changes every week.
Yep.
Kid-friendly menus as well for those picky eaters. That's where Colbert cuisine. He'll bring it right to you. He'll shovel it into your face, and you'll like it, bitch.
It's not funny. It used to be Colbert comedy.
Now it's Colbert cuisine. All right. J-Lo has performed in Saudi Arabia for the children in the cages, most recently at the Formula One Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, April 2025. So a few months ago. And then when she's done hammering checks over there, she'll get back to the kids in the cages. That's all.